welcome to TeaFairy Storytime. Today we have two books by the same author. Her name is Victoria Maldonado. And we have an interview with her and with her kids, which is super fun. They're very cute. Okay, so we have two books by her. The first one is called Bartleby the Brave, which is written by Victoria Hyla Maldonado, and it's illustrated by Ronald B. Jr. And Ronald actually sent in a video of him drawing Bartleby, who is the main protagonist to our book. Do you know what protagonist means? It's like the main character. It's the guy that we follow through the whole story. So we're about to read Bartleby the Brave. Are you guys ready? I am. Oh, and thank you, Victoria, for sending these books in. I love your work. So here it is, fall leaves. I thought that this was very fitting because fall is beginning and the leaves are all falling. And it says, to my littles, Michaela and Joaquin, to Irina for inspiring me to try this. And that's from Victoria. And then Ronald writes, dedicated to in memory of Laura L. Botts, 1952 to 2016. Bartleby the Brave. And there's Bartleby. And he is brave. 3 sparrow chicks fluttered into the nest. An old bird hugged them close to his chest. Grandpa, Grandpa, tell us a story, he smiled. I know one about bravery and glory, so settle on in, little, and listen close and behave, and I'll tell you the story of Bartleby the Brave. Do you see Grandpa? Do you see the little birds? Bartleby bird gave a great big stretch one morning in his cozy nest. There's Bartleby in his nest. Look, there's his shoes. He's got a coffee cup. And he's even got a book that he's reading. The sun was bright. The weather was breezy. The brisk wind made his beak quite sneezy. But nothing would stop him from getting up. He couldn't be late for the Brave Bird Cup. I wonder what that is. The Brave Bird Cup? You ready to find out? Today was especially great, you see, because right underneath this very tree, coming from across the forest wide, birds of all kinds gathered and tried to be the best, bravest birds around by swooping and diving past cars that came around. Boy, that sounds pretty dangerous, don't you think? But here they are. There's a bird swooping there, and there's a bird swooping there, and another bird swooping there. And I love all the different kinds of birds. There's a blue jay and a cardinal. All right. Young Bartleby watched the games every time. He cheered on his favorites. Oh, they were divine. Like Ned Needlebeak, the strongest nuthatch. That would be Ned Needlebeak right there. And Bobby, the blue jay, who no one could match. And there is Bobby, the blue jay. Carissa, the catbird, of course, she was quick. There's Carissa. And Monty, the martin, he knew every trick. And there is Monty. These are Bartleby's favorite birds, the ones that he cheers for every time at these games. You guys ready to see the games? Here we go. Bartleby flew out onto his favorite limb, a fantastic spot known only by him. So he thought, but to his shock, some other birds were in his spot. What kind of birds are those? See the red wings and the red feathers on tops of their heads? Those are cardinals. Every once in a while I see them around here in Greenbelt. Not very often though. And there's a snail. Excuse me, he said, but this is my space. I sit here each time there's a race. Get lost, you little bird. We got here first, said the mean red bird so harshly that it hurt. Surely there's room for little old me. Scram, little bird, there's no room but for 3. The cardinals here were bigger and bolder, so Bartleby frowned and shrugged his shoulder. Poor Bartleby, look, he's going away sad. Can you see his sad face? And the big birds are laughing. Are they bullies? They're being bullies. Bartleby tried to find a new spot. With all good limbs taken, he found just one knot. A knot is like the hole in the tree or like a chunk on the side with a view that was very much hidden by leaves. And from here, Bartleby could almost not see. Oh no, the bird frowned. This will be the first year that I haven't been able to watch and cheer. Poor Bartleby. I wonder if he asked some of the other birds if they would share a branch. We'll find out. Yet Bartleby's frown stayed only a minute. As the games began with his favorite birds in it, he ducked and bobbed to see them come by. But the leaves were so thick he could almost cry. The sparrow looked longingly back at his place, and the red bird just sneered with a quite nasty face. See him making a nasty face? And there's Bartleby over here in the tree. He's trying to see, but the leaves are in his way. But as Bartleby watched, that bird changed his tune when onto their branch an old cup legend flew. Bartleby's mouth now dropped open wide as Carmine the cardinal landed beside. So here's Carmine. He's won awards before. He's a winner from the bird race before. Grandpa, the cardinal bully exclaimed. Grandpa? Bartleby whispered the name. Uh-oh. I see that you found a good spot for the cup, observed the old bird, looking down and then up. Maybe someday, Carl, you'll bravely compete, said the old to the young with a toss of his beak. As the race bird of legends flew down and away, Bartleby noticed the red bird's dismay. I'll show him I'm fast. I'll show him I'm brave, the cardinal squawked before flying away. Bartleby's face came alive with delight. He had his branch back, and he quickly took flight, then settled on in to watch all the greats and the new Bird Cup hopefuls. Oh, I just can't wait. First, Bobby the Blue Jay readied his wings to perform his death-defying windshield swings. There he is, Bobby the Bobby the Blue Jay. Then Ned Needlebeak dipped deeply and dived. Just watching made Bartleby feel so alive. And there's Ned Needlebeak. And he's diving down too. Bartleby cheered and Bartleby howled as the competition left him completely wowed. Of all the bird flyers, he was ever so proud. But then he noticed, apart from the crowd, that the same red bird who had taken his seat was approaching the edge of the Bird Cup street. Look, there he is. Do you see him? The cardinal. He's going to go and he's going to try too. What do you think is going to happen? As Bartleby watched, the cardinal swooped close to a windshield. The bird loop-de-looped. See, there he is. But as he began to turn his upswing and go over the roof, the car clipped his wing. Tumbling end over end, he fell right down onto the hard and cold black paved ground. Uh-oh. And look, do you see the truck coming? He better get up and move, or he's going to be squished. Bartleby gasped, but saw no one had seen. Their eyes were all fixed on the award-giving scene. See over here where they're giving an award to one of the birds? The small sparrow saw that Carl couldn't get up, and bearing down fast was a big semi-truck. Here's Carl. He's having a hard time getting up off the ground, and that truck's coming. Without a thought, Bartleby flew from his branch, headed straight to the road, hoping there was a chance. He reached Carl's side and said, "Get up, you must, or you will be hit by this very big truck." Do you see the truck? You see Bartleby helping Carl? Bartleby's a nice bird, and he's brave. The injured bird nodded and lifted a wing, letting Bartleby move him along inch by inch. Just as they both reached the side of the road, the truck rumbled past. It never once slowed. Goodness gracious, it would have squished him for sure. And Bartleby too. Before he could rest, Bartleby was swept up, whisked up and away by a gust from the truck. Oh no, there he goes. The world spun around and up was now down. As Bartleby was tossed here and there all around, he looped and he swooped and he went topsy-turvy, twisting and whirling in a wind path so curvy. At last, when the world had stopped turning and spinning, a big flock of birds came toward him, all grinning. Carmine the cardinal, the legend of old, wrapped a wing around Bartleby and said loud and bold, "Never in all my bird cup years has a bird dodged a truck with such style and no fear. And to top it all off, you have saved my grandson. I say to you, birds, these games were just won." Who do you think won them? With a cheer from the crowd and nods all around, in Bartleby's arms soon the trophy was found. Look, they're putting an award around his neck. It's got a little leaf on it, and the trophy has an acorn at the top. As the birds raised him up in the air so high, Bartleby's tears welled up in his eyes. I never thought I would be able to say that Bartleby became a brave hero that day. The children looked up at their grandpa with awe. "That sparrow was you, wasn't it, Grandpa?" "Indeed it was, my sweet little bird, so you need to remember these few special words. Whether you're big or whether you're small, when you care about others, you're a hero to all." And look, he's giving them all a big hug. That is Bartleby the Brave. And these are very small pictures of Victoria and Ronald. I don't know if you can see them, but you'll see Victoria in the interview soon. Now, before we show some videos, I have a little show and tell. These are my bird friends, and I believe that one of them is a sparrow. And I'm not sure what this one is, but I think that this one is a sparrow because it's very small. I could be wrong. I guess I should probably find out what they are, but watch. Can you guys hear it? It makes funny noises. My dog got a hold of this one. It doesn't make any noises. I have to put my stuffies way up on a shelf, otherwise he gets a hold of them. All right, on to some videos. Are you guys ready? See you in a little bit.
Hi, kitties! Gregoire the Great here. Let's see what TeaFairy's friends are up to today.
Rex here with a Rex moment, and I'm here with my friend, author Victoria Maldonado. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, guys.
TeaFairy asked me to thank you for sending in your books.
Yay! I'm glad that they arrived.
Yes, we really love your work.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tell us what inspired you to start writing children's books?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a writer of novels. That's where I started. But a friend of mine, Irina from Romania, who's also an author, and she writes children's books and other things as well. She said, "I love your writing. You should try to write children's books. It's so much fun." And I had a little idea for one. I'd never really thought about doing it. And so I gave it a shot, and it turns out I'm pretty good at it.
You are pretty good at it. Is that Irina Dumitru that wrote Sophie the Robot?
It is. Yeah. Sophie the Robot is a wonderful book. And I got to edit the English translation for her. So that was really fun.
Oh, that's cool. You're an editor too then.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, I think TeaFairy read that book on her podcast.
She did. And it was so fun. She did it chapter by chapter. So it's a great thing to listen to.
Well, we just finished reading Bartleby here. This is one of my favorite books. Oops, I'm facing the wrong way. That one right here. Bartleby the Brave. And next up, we're going to be reading this beautiful book right here about the butterflies. Can you tell us what the title is?
Yeah, that one's called Tears for the Butterfly, and the title plays on a bunch of different meanings. The butterfly actually drinks tears of these animals, and tears are also a way to share emotions and feelings. So there's a bit of both of those.
That's true. When did you first start writing, Victoria?
I started writing when I was 9 years old. I've always wanted to write. And when I was 9, in my reading class, I got to write this book. I still have it. And it's called The Adventure of Emerald. And it is a fan fiction from the Oz universe by L. Frank Baum. And so, yeah, that was my very first book. And I've been writing ever since.
Well, I love it. It's a beautiful cover. I have a friend that's a unicorn. Her name is Eunice.
I love unicorns.
Well, thank you, Victoria. Can you tell us, I know that you sent in some videos,
Yes.
And we're getting ready to watch those. Can you tell us what these videos are?
Yes, I sent you the artist from Bartleby the Brave, Ronald B. He did a video of a demonstration of drawing of how he draws Bartleby. And that's one of them. And then the other one is the artist from Tears for the Butterfly, Kyran Stagnito Wilson, and she does a demonstration on how she draws a basic butterfly for that book. And then my daughter also did a video where she's demonstrating a new way to draw a butterfly, and she came up with this all on her own. She was 5 when she did this. She's now 6. And she came up with this beautiful new way to simply draw a butterfly that has so much meaning in it, and it was just fun to have as a video.
I'm excited to be able to share these. Thank you so much for sending them in and for sending in your books.
Of course, I love doing it.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about your books?
Oh, I just hope that parents and children can enjoy them. I enjoy writing them in verse, and so they're great for read alouds, and they're also great for older kids who are reading on their own. My kids love them. I've had very good feedback from parents, grandparents, children, all across the board. And yeah, it's just so fun to do.
Dragons and fairies too?
Dragons and fairies. Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody, I'm drawing Bartleby today from Bartleby the Brave children's book, written by Victoria Hyla Maldonado and illustrated by myself. Adding some detail now, Bartleby's a super fun character to draw. He's a very lively character. So I'm adding some white highlights. This will be the light points of the drawing. Just finishing up my sketch here. Looks pretty good. And here I am coloring, and I color on a computer. I don't color using color crayons or color pencils. I color on a computer using a program. I'm adding all the details that make Bartleby come to life. Doing the background, bushes. I think he turned out swell.
You. Yeah, did you send in a drawing?
Hi, Fairy.
Oh, hello. Who is that?
Oh, this is Joaquin. This is my other one. They're twins.
Oh, no.
You guys love your mom's books?
You love the books?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like dinosaur.
You like the dinosaur? Or that's the dragon.
Where's the fairy?
Okay. Bye.
Where's the fairy? Where's the fairy?
Oh, the fairy's hiding. There's the fairy. She's here too.
Victoria, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing everything and for sharing your time. We really feel lucky.
Well, thank you, Rex. I feel lucky for being here. Thank you for the invitation.
We hope you'll come back again and share some more of your future books, because I think you have a big future with writing children's books.
Thank you so much. I will definitely come back.
Wonderful. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was great. Let's check in with TeaFairy and see what story she's reading next.
Hi kids, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a different crown on today. Can you tell me what's in my hair? Are they butterflies? Did you see that I have different wings today too? Can you see my giant wings? Probably not all of them. What if I go like this? And like this? And when I spin, they're super fun. I love these wings. They're butterfly wings. And the reason why I'm wearing butterfly wings today is because the other book that Victoria sent me is called Tears for the Butterfly. And it's written by Victoria Hyla Maldonado. And it's illustrated by Kyran Stagnito Wilson. Another interesting name, Stagnito. Spread the love, says Victoria Hyla Maldonado. And here are some fun science facts. Animals need the essential nutrients in salt. Some moths and butterflies get this and other things like proteins by drinking animal tears. I did not know that. Did you? To my faith family for always showing me the beautiful ripple effect of love. That's from Victoria. To my parents who have always loved and supported me and my art. And that is from Kyran. And look at these beautiful butterflies. When I'm done reading this book, there's another video that shows us how to make these beautiful butterflies. And again, this is called Tears for the Butterfly. One fine day, a butterfly came to rest upon a leaf. She flexed her wings and looked around to see what she could see. Before very long, she heard a sad song drifting up from the water's edge. She flitted on down for a much closer look and saw a turtle bowing his head. There's the turtle. Why so sad, my shell-wearing friend? The butterfly asked with concern.
My friends have all left and gone far away, and I don't know which way they turned,
said the turtle. The butterfly flew onto his nose and looked into his teary eyes. My sweet, slow friend, do not despair, and I will tell you why. Look, this turtle is sad. Just listen. The sounds of little feet play slowly in the stream. The turtle strained his ears to hear. Then his face began to beam. I hear my friends, I hear them, he chirped with slow delight. How can I truly thank you for helping me hear them right? The butterfly smiled in simple bliss and gently flapped her wings. I wonder if I might have your tears. I'm thirsty for a drink. The turtle nodded quite easily and sat back as she sipped. Then he said goodbye and turned to go. For a turtle, he was quick. Turtles are actually pretty fast. A new day dawned, and before too long, she heard sobs from way up high. Curiously, the butterfly fluttered her wings, pushing down so she could fly. Landing on the edge of a twiggy nest, she found there 2 birds weeping. Uh-oh, sad birds. They sobbed and wailed as 4 chicks cheeped near one little egg still sleeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the egg still sleeping. Why are the mommy and daddy so sad? Why so sad, my fine feathered friends? The butterfly asked with care. One of our eggs isn't going to hatch. Our chick will not leave from here. I agree it is sad that you lost one this way, but think of the 4 that survive. They'll need you to love them and give them care, so those little ones will thrive. They looked at the nest, still full with 4 chicks, and both of them sighed with new peace. Thank you for coming to remind us of this. We lost sight of that in our grief. And now they're okay. They're not so sad anymore. How can we thank you for giving us hope? Asked the rainbow bright bird with a bow. If you'd be so kind as to offer your tears, I'd like to drink them now. The butterfly neared and drank her fill, then thanked them and wished them the best. And as she spread her wings and flew away, the birds hugged their chicks to their chests. Happy birds. The very next day, the butterfly chose to hover above the pond. The surface was still until out poked a nose belonging to something beyond. She was afraid even when she could see that this was a crocodile. As the butterfly gracefully landed on her, the beast began to smile. Uh-oh. "Why do you cry, my reptilian friend?" she asked when she saw some tears. "I'm just so happy to have a friend. Almost everyone runs in fear." The butterfly smiled and flitted her wings. "You're perfect, just as you were made. I'm happy to sit and stay a while and give your snout some shade." "How can I thank you for being so kind?" the crocodile asked her with glee. "If you don't mind, I'll drink up your tears. The happy ones taste best to me." The crocodile smiled as the butterfly drank, and then they kept chatting as well. At last, when the sun started heading to bed, she waved with a fond farewell. I'm really glad the crocodile didn't eat the butterfly. I was a little worried there. Crocodiles are not known for being very friendly. Am I having problems turning the page? I am. A few more days passed, and weary at last, the butterfly perched on a leaf. She put her head down and held tight her wings and waited for time for relief. The bunting came by to sit for a spell and tell her about his chicks. But he saw right away that she wasn't okay and called all the other friends quick. The crocodile, turtle, and bunting pair gathered to offer their help to this beautiful creature of hope and grace that had comforted them so well. The butterfly slowly lifted her head and whispered some sage advice. "Just because it's my time to go does not mean life can't be nice. Be good to each other and share your hopes and sorrows throughout your lives." With that last word, she breathed her last breath, and the friends began to cry. As their tears freely flowed, they felt light flutters and ripples upon the air. Looking about, they gasped with surprise to see butterflies everywhere. After landing upon the turtle, the birds, and yes, the crocodile, the fluttering friends drank up their fill, and they all remembered to smile. Look at all the butterflies. That's a lot of butterflies. And then again, here's a very small picture of Victoria and the illustrator, Kyran. They're very small. And Kyran, again, did send in a video of how to paint and make these beautiful butterflies, but you don't get to see her face. It's just her hands. Last page. Did you know the animals in this book were inspired by real ones native to South Florida in the United States? Turtle is a Florida red-belly cooter. The birds are painted buntings, a male rainbow one and a female green one. And the crocodile is a Cayman crocodile. Florida. Do you guys know where Florida is? It's all the way down south. And that was Tears for the Butterfly by Victoria Maldonado and illustrated by Kyran Stagnito Wilson. And both of these books can be found on Almost Anything Publications, on Amazon, and the author is on Facebook. I hope that you enjoy the next video.
drawing a butterfly, but it's in a new way. You do a cross, and then you put one wing, and then another wing, and then another, and then another, and then you just pop antennas.
Can I see it? Move your hand. All right. That is cool, Meek. So cross is related to a butterfly.
Yes.
That's really special. Thank you for sharing that.
All right, kids, thank you so much for tuning in for TeaFairy and Friends Storytimes and Adventures. And again, these books were by Victoria Maldonado, and last name is spelled Maldonado. Thanks, Victoria. Bye, kids. Have a great day.